Thumbs down.
Welcome back, episode number 43, the Random Thoughts Podcast. We're back. Are we doing an extra long one today, or are we going to squeeze 2 out for next week?
I have no clue.
Do we just see how this one goes and go from there?
I think so. I believe so.
I want to start with you. You moved on from Hell's Kitchen.
I mean, I didn't move on.
You said right here, I have moved on from Hell's Kitchen, ...
My TV chose that I was moving on. And that channel got changed.
So what is it now?
Do you want to guess? It's another, reality show.
Is Hell's Kitchen considered a reality?
Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think that's a competition show. You need to be quiet.
That's what I meant to say.
You need... I don't think it's a
That's what I
reality
meant
show.
to say. I meant to say competition show.
It's probably... Oh, Ink Master.
No.
So you're on to another competition show or
Yes.
a reality
Competition show.
Is it like cooking or artistic or something else?
They're making something.
Cake Boss.
No.
show? No, that Lego show.
No.
Bar Rescue.
No.
What is it?
Forged in Fire.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one. Forged in Fire. I like that one.
But just a bunch of dudes.
I look up to
making
Doug.
swords.
There's
Yes.
couple of chicks on there.
Fucking Doug.
He's my favorite.
Doug is the man.
He does online self-defense classes.
Ooh.
And he teaches you how to kill people with a karambit.
Nice.
And I have a karambit.
So you're deadly with it now. Because
Once
of
I
Doug.
take his classes.
Oh, you haven't taken Doug's
No.
classes yet?
But I mean, I kind of get the gist. You know?
Stab.
Well, you like hit him and then you... And then you...
Close enough.
I could kill people. I like that show. I think that you should go on it.
You want me to go on it?
You don't think you would be good at that?
I don't know the first thing about making a sword.
It's not about making the sword. It's about the sword making the man.
Ah.
It's a philosophical thing.
I got
Because
you.
anyone can heat up metal and pound on it with a hammer.
I guess.
And that's all that you need to do.
I think you need to do it in a certain way.
And then you... What is it called? Squench it? And then you put it in the water. The rapid cooldown. It hardens it too.
I think there's a few more steps in between there. But that's the general gist of it.
You could probably make a 200 layer Damascus pretty easily.
You think so?
I have faith in you. I've watched the show. You get the box. Well, you have to make the box. You have to weld the box, and you put ball bearings in there, and you seal that, and then you heat that up, and you pound it, and then you just keep doing it, and you fold it over and over and over and pound it, and then it's a sword, a Damascus sword.
How hard is that?
I just explained it. It's not very hard.
It doesn't sound very hard.
They have the pound machines,
So you
which is
don't
also
even
my
have to
porn
do it by
name.
hand.
Yeah, you don't have to do it by hand. They have the machines there. And they get more time than they actually get on the show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have all day. A couple of days, probably.
I mean, I'm sure I could make something that would impale someone. I don't know how good it would be. But I'm sure it could break the skin. Maybe.
It definitely... You could make something that would...
It might be more of a hammer than a sword.
I mean, if you swing the hammer fast enough and hard enough, it would make a hole in a person.
Exactly.
Technically, it impales.
I think Doug would say, it will kill.
It will kill. I like him.
I think I would get that from Doug.
You think so?
I think Doug would be impressed with my hammer thing.
You would have to go on like the special ed.
I
version,
feel like
though.
some of those people on the show already are, though.
They're
There's some people that are definitely on the spectrum.
okay, but
Everyone's on the spectrum.
everyone's on the spectrum.
But some more than others.
Yeah. I don't. I like that show though, and the host, what's his name? Chris.
Yeah.
He's weird.
He is a little odd.
He kind of gives me I Touch Little Boy vibes.
I like the other judge, too. The dude with, like, the white hair. and
Yeah.
mustache. He always, like, dressed all spiffy.
Yeah, I like him. He's probably a cool grandpa.
He definitely has cool grandpa vibes.
Like, he gave his 3-year-old grandson a Swiss Army knife for Christmas.
Probably has a pocket watch, too, with, like, the chain.
Yeah, but it's... He went classy, so it's like a nice rose gold,
Yeah.
but is very well taken care of.
Definitely got the chain that, like, goes to his pocket.
From his vest into his pocket.
Yeah.
And he's got, oh, what are those things? Right here?
Little cufflinks.
Yeah. Custom.
Custom cufflinks.
But his grandkids got them for him. It's a picture of him and the grandkid.
And then the other judge, it's always a different one every time I watch it.
Yeah, I don't like that. They need to keep the same judges for everything.
They
forever.
haven't found a good third yet.
Me.
Yeah.
Us together. Package deal. They have to pay us $2 million every show.
Then, like, when we judge it, it's just me hitting you with it, you hitting me with it.
Yes. I want to be tied up like the pig first, though. And then Doug can slash me.
That'd be cool, like, if they just put you in a suit of armor or something and had Doug just wail on you.
That would be pretty cool. They do that, though, don't they? Where they'll put, like, chainmail over the pig to see if it cuts through the...
Yeah. But you'll just be the pig.
I can squeal.
That wasn't a bad pig.
I know. The dying pig.
Even better.
So it doesn't even have to be perfect. I just love that your TV picks what you're watching and you just go with it.
Yeah, it's just every time I turn off my PlayStation,
What happens when it's like HGTV?
I just don't watch it as much. If it's like a channel like that, I usually fix it immediately.
So you'll change it to something better.
No, I'll change it to like, I'll go into like my YouTube TV, and or YouTube, and I'll actually pick something. Or just turn my TV off.
Is it one of those things where, like, depending on what it is, you'll sit down there for, like, a while and just watch it? But if it's not interesting, you're like, all right, I'm going to bed now.
Yeah. Like the first time it was Forged in Fire, I watched that for like 45 minutes, an hour.
So how late did you stay up last night? And what was on?
Forged in Fire?
How late did you stay up?
Like another hour.
Okay. I turned on a Matt Rife comedy special. Yeah. He's funny. I don't really do stand-up comedy, but I like him.
I do a little bit of it, or listen to a little bit of it.
Except I started to fall asleep. Do you ever do that where, like, when you... no, you don't. Because you don't watch TV before you go to bed.
I don't watch it in my bed.
But do you fall asleep, like, watching something on your phone? Or do you shut your phone off? Or, like...
I'll definitely like, or I'll be watching something on the couch and like,
doze off?
yeah, close my eyes for a little bit.
Do you get it where, like, the voices all just sound like... It's almost like you're in, like, a cafeteria and
They,
it's like
like,
everyone is talking,
They kind
even
of
though it's, like, one...
blur into the background.
Yeah, even though it's only, like, one person talking.
Yeah.
And you can't make any sense of it. That scares me.
Why?
Because, like, I know that it's only one person, and I'm still, like, conscious enough that I, like, try to listen, but I can't, and it's just, like, a bunch of voices that I hear, even though it's only, like, one or two people talking.
And that fucks with you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. What else? So, doctors. We had an insurance meeting at work yesterday. Fuck that. I'm just never going to go to the doctor again. My thumb is healing. My tooth is fine for now.
It's
So
growing
I'm
back.
good.
What's the progress on the growth?
I can't tell because there's a cap on it, but I think it's coming in pretty strong.
You think it's making good progress?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But I was thinking, doctors, when you go there and they need a stool sample from you, they just give you like a cup and they're like, can you shit in this, right? I've never done it. I don't know.
I've never done it either. I think it is, though. It might be a big cup.
Or like a bag or something, like a Ziploc.
I think it's like a plastic Tupperware container. Like a Cool Whip container almost.
It's in the fridge and he goes to open it and he's like, oh,
I did it again.
I sent my dinner into the lab. Fuck. What do they do with it once they're done, though? Do they just flush it? Or do they... Where does the poop go after?
I wonder if they do have like a disposal procedure or if they just flush it.
I feel like they have to. Because it's like medical.
Yeah.
But also, like, what does that mean? Do they just, like, throw it in a tub and then some guy comes and sucks it all up? You know how they do it, like, at RV camps?
Yeah.
Like, does a guy come and just suck it out of there and then they go take it and dump it in the lake? Or...
That's a good question.
Are you looking it up?
I am.
I hope it's, like, a really good answer and not just, like, something that makes sense.
I'm not finding anything.
Really?
How much poo is needed?
What did you look up?
Just how do they dispose of your poo sample? Is it biohazard?
What do doctors do with stool? Oh, I don't want to know what... Oh, my God. How do they dispose... How do doctors dispose of stool samples? Bring the stool sample to the fume hood. Remove all the patient's identification labels. Collect patient identification labels and put them into a third plastic bag. Tip the remaining poo into the toilet. Put anything used to collect in a plastic bag, tie it up, and put it in the bin. I think that's like what you do
That's all I could find is
to
like...
give a poop
Yeah.
sample. I'm gonna ask my dad if he's ever sent poop in.
I don't know what the doctors do with it, or the testing people.
Well, we'll figure it out and we'll report back.
I don't know any doctors either that I could ask.
The only doctor that I know is Alex, but he's a licensed therapist. We called him last week.
We got another question for you, Alex.
It's not really in your field, but... Or, like, what if the doctor eats it? He's, like, curious. He's like, oh, I wonder what Isaac had for lunch. My dad just said, flush it, question mark. It seems like a too obvious of an answer. Daniel, do you know? What do doctors do with stool samples once they're done with it?
Well, poop is a biohazard,
Correct.
so they probably put it into a bin with hazardous waste.
And then some guy comes and sucks it out of a thing?
No. They have bins that are like hazardous waste that are just like lined bags that are red. So they probably just throw it into there and then hazard people just come and pick it up. And they Just throw it in the trash.
My dad said that they probably flush it.
Oh, that's a good one too, because it's just poop.
Right, and that's what we're trying to figure out is how do they dispose of it and what do they do with it? Because it makes sense that they would just flush it, but also like because it was used for science, then it's like
What if there's a giant warehouse somewhere with everyone's poop for nefarious purposes?
it's like when you're driving in the middle of nowhere and there's those big things that have the dirt in them, but one of them is just full of human dookie.
Exactly.
That would be kind of cool.
What if there's like the deep state, the shadow government, has a warehouse full of everyone's poop?
Only everyone that
Has put in it. That's why you don't. That's why I'm against poop samples.
How do you feel about prostate exams?
Don't give them your DNA like that. Big Pharma's out to get you.
Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they just give them to farmers.
He said big pharma.
Oh.
I don't think you can
Either
use,
of them work.
I don't know if you can use human poop as fertilizer though.
Is poop is poop.
That's not true because have you ever seen bird poop?
Human poop is very different.
Why is bird poop white?
Because of what you eat. What you eat changes the color of your poop.
My poop is either brown, dark brown, or neon green.
Have you ever had like a black poop?
No.
Because you poop too often.
I poop all the time. My average at one point was like 8 times a day.
What?
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't even have to eat anything and I would poop.
That sounds obnoxious.
It was. It was very obnoxious. But if you were a bird, who would you poop on first?
I'd just hang out by the car wash.
But you don't have, like, a person that you dislike strong enough that you would target them specifically?
I think you already know who I would target.
Yeah. Yeah. I would pick my boss, not Kyle, the other one. I won't call him out. I doubt he listens, but I would shit all over him and all over his Honda.
Would you just do it once? Like one day you just target
Oh,
him?
no. I'm getting me and all my pigeon friends, and we're shitting every day.
Backtrack a little bit. Isn't bird poop the way it is because it's like piss and shit? Because they don't have like pee holes?
I don't know. But I think that is true. But I piss and shit every time that I shit.
It doesn't come out the same hole though.
True.
If it did, it would probably look different.
Do you Big Mac it? Have I asked you this before?
Do I Big Mac it?
Yeah, do you Big Mac when
Refresh
you poop?
my memory as to what that
And then
is.
you poop, and then you pee again.
Yes, you pee,
No.
and then you poop, and then you pee on your poop, and then you poop on your pee, and then you pee on your poop, and it's like a Big Mac.
Typically, I don't think so. I think I pee before I poop.
I pee a little bit, and then I poop, and then I pee more, and then more poop usually comes out.
I usually pee before I poop.
I
Weird.
Pee, and then I poop, and then I pee again. That's how I'm done. If
So-
I didn't pee again, then I'm not done.
So you do a hamburger. You don't Big Mac it, though.
No, because I don't have whatever
Issues?
you have.
It's just a lot of poop and a lot of pee, that's all.
Why is it like stopping and starting and stopping and starting?
You never get that where, like, you have one good push, and then you have to, like, rest for a minute?
No, I do. I don't pee in between that.
Oh. I must just have a lot of pee in me, then. I drink a lot of water.
I think something's wrong with you.
I drink more water than you do.
Probably.
You don't drink any water. What do you drink in a day? If I'm Isaac, I wake up. First thing you go for when you wake up.
All I usually drink it if I'm at work. It'll usually have a Gatorade. Or
Are you
something like that.
dehydrated?
I don't think.
What color is your pee?
Blood red.
Like your hair.
No, it's
He's looking for a color reference.
well, it's not like dehydrated, gonna die yellow.
But you have yellow pee.
Like pale yellow.
I'd say it's a
Like
good-
movie theater butter.
No. not that dehydrated. I will say what I do though is I'll like go a while without drinking water, like a few hours, and then catch myself and then drink a ton instead of drinking it like
So you make up for the lack of water
Yeah.
in one short period.
not all the time, but I do that pretty often. Speaking of drinks, I did get the new Mountain Dew flavor today.
I got both of them.
I only got the purple one.
The purple one is better.
That's what you had told me. So I was like, I'm not even gonna get the other one.
Have you tried it yet?
No, it's out in my car.
Why don't you go get it and do a taste test?
You go get it for me. I don't want to go all the way out there.
I'll pass. Did you like Pitch Black?
I like Pitch Black. Yeah.
Do you like Baja Blast?
I do.
It's like a really good mixture of the two. I feel like there's a decent amount of pineapple flavor in there, maybe.
Okay.
But I really like it.
pineapple.
Maybe I'll grab one.
Didn't you just say you have both? Or you have had both?
I got. Whenever they come out with new flavors like that, I usually try to find the bottle first. Because if it's terrible, at least I just wasted a bottle on it, and now instead of
Right.
being stuck with a 12-pack.
Wasted $1.50 instead of a few bucks.
Right. It's a few bucks. Have you seen the price of soda recently?
I mean, they were on sale at my Pick and Save for like $3.
Yeah, what was it? 3 for $10?
Yeah, it was that fucking deal or whatever.
No, not 3 for $10. Probably 4 for $11. Either way, it's a shit deal.
But at least you don't have to pay a deposit.
That's true. We've talked about that before, right? Michigan has like the bottle deposits. So if you buy a 12-pack of soda, you're paying an extra $1.20.
Yeah, that you get. Yeah, that's stupid.
I know. Who cares about recycling? Do you recycle?
No, my apartment doesn't. It just has one dumpster. Just one giant dumpster.
If you're out somewhere and you have a empty can of energy drink, and like it's one of those connected ones, there's recycle and garbage. Which one are you throwing it in? Or do you just throw it in the first one that makes it in?
If both options are equal, I'll probably recycle it. But if I have to go like a little bit out of my way,
No, that's why they're like connected.
I'll put it in the appropriate receptacle.
Sometimes I would be a dick and I would throw it in like the electric recycling. Just because I think recycling is kind of stupid. The only thing that you maybe should recycle are batteries, but even then, if they explode, it's not my problem.
I like that attitude.
Yeah, me too. It's gotten me this far in life. Do you agree that this economy is kind of fucked up?
I think so. I don't know.
Are you happy with the prices of everything?
Gas, yes.
I actually feel like gas prices aren't that bad.
How about milk or soda or food?
Milk or lemon.
I swear, I feel like, I don't know why. I feel like I've noticed a lot of things at the price of $5.
We can blame the president for our economy, right? Would
That's the
you
thing to do.
rather continue to vote old people into office or have someone who's like 7 or 8 in office? Not 7 or 8 necessarily, but like 8 kid.
I think what we should do before that, we should start small. We should sacrifice a county or town and put an 8-year-old
Madison.
in charge. I'm fine. We'll sacrifice Madison.
Yes. And then we have a 7 or 8 year old in charge.
Should we put them like? Should we just have them take over like the current mayor's or whatever's office, or should we make them like dictator and give them unlimited power?
That's why I wanted to go with president and like all of the important people up there. I would name all the branches, but we know how that went last time. I know it. The executive branch, the judicial branch,
2 out of 3?
and the Congress.
No.
No, Senate,
No.
House of Representatives.
No. You're naming things within the branches now. not
Wait,
the
hold on.
branches
I said
themselves.
executive, judicial.
Do you know what the executive is? Like
Executive is the president.
Yes. Judicial is
The judges
and the courts.
and the courts.
So what other? You already named the other parts of the government, but what branch do they fall under?
Oh, we're doing this again.
The ones who write the laws are called
Yes.
your
Mom. Your
L.
legislators.
There you
Legislative branch. See? I was testing you to see if you knew that one.
go. Sure you were.
No, I was. Anyway. Children in office. How do we feel about it? Because they would say, this guy is a big meanie head. He doesn't get to go out to play recess today. I like that.
Take away that man's recess privileges.
Right? Oh, this guy is mean. We don't like him. It's easy.
But would you? So, like, if it was the president, are you going like absolute power, or he has to act like the current, like within the parameters?
Within the
current
parameters of the president, but you also have other children voting on everything.
So it's like your senator, a child.
Yes, all of
The Senate's the child, Congress is children.
Everything.
Supreme Court,
all of it.
children.
Children.
What about like the head of the FDA? Child?
Yes.
The head of the IRS.
Child.
Head of the CIA.
Child. But, like, the people who work in the CIA and all that are still adults. But because that's, like, their boss, they have to listen.
What about Secret Service? Adults or children?
I feel like Secret Service is the only one where I would allow some parental guidance.
Okay.
But still, they get to make the final call. But it's like, hey, this guy is a really, really bad man. We have to be discreet and go in there and, like...
Or like would the Secret Service agents be adults, but the head of the Secret Service is a child still?
I'm cool with that.
It'd be interesting.
We should make a movie that's like that.
Isn't that a movie? Baby Geniuses?
What?
You've never seen Baby Geniuses?
No?
Oh my god.
Shut up. This one?
Yes.
No, I've never seen
I think there's two of them. Yes! Baby Geniuses 2 is a
it.
lot...
It's actually Super Baby Geniuses
Super
too.
Baby Geniuses. It's a lot more unhinged and fun than the first one.
I might have to check it out.
Like, but they do, like... You know how in... I think Homeward Bound did it?
Shh.
Where they, like, make the mouths move to try and sync up with the voiceover work, but it doesn't really work out. It just looks weird.
Perfect.
They do that with all the babies in those movies.
Sweet. And then you also put in here, speaking about presidents, Mr. Beast. When will he be president?
When's he gonna run for president?
He already is.
When's he just gonna live stream his entire campaign?
Did I send you that picture?
I don't know. But, like, when's he seriously gonna do it?
He won't. Why would he? Like, what benefit does he have? And not to mention, he's like the good guy on YouTube. Why would he ruin that over, like, political bullshit?
Because he could be the fucking president?
But I don't think that he wants to be.
Do you think he could win?
Realistically? No.
Yes. You don't think so? What about, like... What if he, at his... Cause how old is he now? Is he even old enough to run?
No, he's like our age.
Is he even 30 yet?
No.
He's
He is
20
25 years old. May
God.
7th, 1998, 6'2".
So what... Do you think if he, like, kind of started setting himself up for it now, do you think he could win when he's, like, 55?
Like, if we're being serious, Like, if he said that he was doing it,
Like, if he started making the right connections and, like, getting himself set up right now.
I feel like he would maybe have a decent shot, especially because all the kids who are growing up watching him now would vote for him.
Right. Like, there's some 12-year-old now who would probably vote for him in 20 years.
I also just couldn't see it happening. But then again, he's also got the meme lord Elon Musk on his side.
Yeah.
He would
I
have a
think he
lot
could
of the
do it.
YouTubers on his side.
I think he could do it.
What would he do? He's not going to war with anybody.
No, but I feel like his platform could just be helping, generic, like, helping people.
He's going to give out, like, he's going to help homeless people. He's going to give out, or, like, make medicine super cheap. He would, like, always do, like, his big giveaways and stuff. But also, that would make us a big target for terror and terror attacks.
That's probably true.
Because they know that he wouldn't go to war with anyone.
You think he'd be a pussy president?
Kind of, yeah.
You think 9/11 Part 2 would happen under him?
Yeah. It would be 1822.
Wait, 1822?
Isn't that double? 9
Yeah,
plus 9
but-
is 8, and then 11 plus 11 is 22.
9/11 is like the month.
Yeah, but it's going to be bigger.
There's no 18th
It's going to be
month.
bigger.
There's no 18th month.
It's going to be bigger.
I don't like the naming of your terrorist.
You don't have to. You also, you already said that your terrorist organization would be like the Gay Gingers.
The GGs.
Yeah, the Gay Gingers. That's all I mean.
I mean, I like that plan.
That's fine. You can enjoy it all you want to, but
You won't be laughing when the GGs are responsible.
They won't
for
get me.
Your
they won't get me.
2811 or whatever the fuck it was.
1811. 1822, dumbass.
1822, whatever the fuck it was.
How long
Is that
did
your
it take
pooping
you?
Sound?
Huh?
Was that your pooping sound?
No.
No.
I don't make noises when I poop.
No?
No, you do? When you're squishing out, you're like...
No. Not really.
Are you a grunter? You're like...
I mean, it depends. Sometimes you gotta.
No, I don't do that. How long did it take you, as a kid, to realize that, like, something like chicken, the food, is also chicken, the animal? Like, did you ever piece that together when you were a kid? And you're like, why do they call it chicken? And then you kind of look at it and you're like, oh, that's kind of bird shaped. And it's like, oh, I'm eating a chicken.
I've seen the videos of, like, the parents telling the little kids that, and then, like, them crying. But I don't remember that moment happening for me.
Me either, but I was ripping a chicken apart the other day for some food that we made. And because that's like something that I always think about, and it's like, when you think about it like that, it's kind of gross.
Is it?
Not gross, but it's just weird. You know, it's like, this is a bird, and not just meat. I mean, it's still delicious. That's not going to stop me. You never never?
Not really.
You never thought about that as a child?
No. I don't think I did. I mean, I don't know. It's chicken.
Right. But,
Chicken
like,
is chicken.
exactly, chicken is chicken, and love is love. That's fine. But, I don't know, I used to think about it as a kid a lot, and it just kind of freaked me out.
You also never had fun, so.
But I did have a good time. I enjoyed playing Call of Duty with you yesterday.
But was it fun? Did you have the F word?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you did. Early, like, you can't say you did with this. Like, I can understand saying not wanting to call the multiplayer fun.
Multiplayer is absolute dog shit, but we're getting into that in a little bit.
I don't know about dog shit. I'll give you that. But the zombies wasn't fun?
Sure,
'Cause
yes, I had fun.
I had fun.
I had fun. I
Make-
don't know what that means,
we
but
had a
yes.
breakthrough.
No, I did think about a time that I did have fun, though. Did I share it on here already?
Not on here. You texted me afterwards.
All right, so we were in the Dells. We were at, I think it was the Kalahari. I was in a lazy river. Have you ever been to the Kalahari lazy river?
Not the Kalahari, but like other lazy
That
rivers
shit is
up there.
strong.
It's a fast one.
That it is fast. Like you cannot be lazy in that river. And my dad was like, "All right, like we got to get out. We're gonna go eat, and then we can come back and swim." And I was like, "No, I am not doing that. Screw you and your bullshit rules. You're a terrorist." And I jumped out of that tube, and I let the waves take me. And I ran away. I did like 2 or 3 laps, and my dad couldn't keep up. And then eventually I had to get out. But that was
Come
fun.
to an end.
It was one of those where like my dad was mad, but it was also fucking hilarious. So he's like trying not to laugh while being pissed off at me. So yeah, that was the time
Have
that
had fun.
once.
At least one time.
Uh-huh. It was also a really good moment. It was just hilarious. So the other day, I made some cereal. I did not have clean bowl. I did not want to clean bowl. Me being the genius that I am, innovator, if you will, inventor, perhaps, I poured some cereal into a cup. I poured some milk into the cup with the cereal. And I had a cup of cereal instead of a bowl of cereal. And now Isaac thinks that I'm a terrorist. Why? What makes me a terrorist for drinking milk, eating cereal out of cup?
I've never tried it, but I just feel like the distribution, the surface area isn't wide enough, and you're not going to get the proper milk to cereal distribution.
You do, though.
Do you?
And
though?
it was kind of nice because I could fill it up. I could have all the cereal soak in there for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then I could drink all of the milk, and my cereal was wet but not soggy.
But are you someone who more preferred, not soggy, but like more wet cereal?
No. I like crispy cereal.
I just feel like there's not enough surface area in the cup, and the cereal at the bottom half of it is gonna get too soggy and wet.
No. It's just like eating a bowl of cereal. There's still cereal at the bottom.
I don't believe you, and I'm gonna continue to wash my bowls when I have cereal.
I just didn't feel like washing it. We had all of them in the dishwasher, and the dishwasher was like almost full enough that we could have ran it. But if we did run it, it wouldn't have been as effective as if we would have put a couple more plates in there.
I would just washed it by hand.
Didn't feel like it.
It takes 10 seconds.
I didn't feel like
You
it.
find a bowl.
I had a cup.
You find a bowl that's less dirty than the rest of them. You just wash it by hand.
I had a cup.
I'm never gonna do it.
You are a bad person.
You're a terrible person.
No, I'm not.
You're a terrorist.
It didn't even do anything. All it did was make a dirty cup.
You terrorized me.
How?
I felt terrorized
Why?
by your actions.
I didn't do anything.
Terrorizing the cereal community like that.
Do you like Frosted Flakes?
One of my favorite cereals.
Do you do anything to your Frosted? How do you eat your Frosted Flakes?
First of all, just want to get this out of the way. I tried the chocolate Frosted Flakes.
Ugh,
Not a fan. Disgusting.
I believe it.
Didn't even really taste like chocolate. My go-to, I don't always like put stuff in it. If I was, it would probably be strawberries.
Just strawberries, though?
Yes. Strawberries or bananas, I usually don't do them at the same time.
Okay. You went the healthy route. You're trying to make this a healthy breakfast.
I just think it tastes good.
I like to put some extra sugar on my Frosted Flakes.
Like just sugar.
Yeah, I'll take like a spoon of sugar and I'll just shake it on there, and then the milk gets a little bit sweeter, and there's like still some sugar at the bottom, and when you get that spoonful where it's like extra milky sugar plus some Frosted Flakes,
straight-
oh, it is perfect.
Straight diabetes right
It's-
into the mouth.
But it's worth it, and it's delicious.
What is good is like strawberries and sugar.
Just like strawberries and sugar.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you just cut up some strawberries.
If you let it sit long enough, too, then you get juice.
Yeah, that's really.
And then you put the juice on cheesecake.
Ooh.
I'm really good at making things unhealthy.
You know, an unhealthy route. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Yes.
with M&Ms in it.
Ew.
It's so good.
Ew.
It's so good.
Oh, what the hell is wrong with you?
Or even just peanut butter and jelly with chocolate chips in like the middle of it.
I don't really like chocolate to begin with.
So good.
You know what is good though? Graham crackers with peanut butter and butter.
You had me till the last ingredient.
You don't have to. I usually do like either or. So sometimes I'll just do graham crackers with butter
That's
or
even
graham
worse.
crackers with peanut butter.
That's good.
How do you feel about toast with peanut butter and honey?
That's good.
Danielle thinks I'm an animal for it. My only issue with honey is that it's very wet and thick.
Whoever, like, they need to go back to the drawing board on honey.
I think bees make honey.
Well, we need to schedule a meeting with them. They need to tweak their recipes.
I don't even care about that, but like you put a little bit on and then it spreads across the whole piece of toast.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd like to fold it in half.
They need to change the texture of the recipe.
They just need to change the viscosity of it.
Ooh, that's a big word for you.
I know. That means the thickness.
I'm proud of you for that
Thanks.
one.
But it gets in my beard. And have you ever tried getting honey out of a beard before?
Not really, but...
It
I
is
bet
not
it's-
fun. I will invite you over next time I
bet
get honey
it's
in my beard. And then it drips from my beard onto my shirt. And I walk around all day with honey on my shirt because I didn't know it was there because it came from my beard and my beard is covering the honey. So now I have honey on the front side of my beard and the underside. And it is a problem. This is why we do not need to save the bees.
You're anti-bee.
I am. They sting you.
Not all bees.
Have you ever been stung by a bee?
I've been stung by more like wasps and hornets than
I've been
bees.
stung by a bee.
Congratulations.
It hurt.
Why'd you piss it off?
I
like that?
cried.
Shouldn't have
I
bothered
didn't.
it.
I didn't do shit. That motherfucker landed on my ear, and I froze. I went like this, and then that fucker stung me. I was like 3 or 4.
You probably deserved it.
I didn't do shit.
I'm sure you gave it a reason.
I think maybe my mom or dad tried to swat it, but don't sting me. No, I'm the victim of someone else's actions.
Bees.
It's fucked.
I guess they need to change their justice system too. Then
I think that we need to kill all the bees. We don't need them for life. Everyone says, oh,
haven't you ever seen the Bee movie?
Yeah, it's a
how
love story.
Don't you know how that ends?
yes.
Don't you see
So-
how sad and depressed everyone gets without the bees?
some stupid lady with a fat ass falls in love with a bee that's voiced by Jerry Seinfeld, and then he just friggin' porks her all the time. All they do is fuck. They have little bee children.
But then everyone gets depressed because there's no bees.
I'm already depressed. Who cares?
I want to go back to your graham cracker snack.
Okay.
Because I was really with you when you had graham crackers and peanut butter.
Do you want to try some?
No.
I have graham crackers and peanut butter.
I don't want... No.
Okay.
I've been doing like a s'more without the marshmallow. That is pretty good.
So you've been making graham cracker chocolate sandwich.
With peanut butter.
Do you put peanut butter on your s'mores ever?
Yes, I have.
That's delicious.
slaps.
That is so good.
So, especially if you can get like the graham cracker warmed up a little bit so you can get the chocolate like a little bit soft but not super melted.
Yeah.
So good.
Sure. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big chocolate guy. But I like s'mores.
S'mores are pretty good.
How do you make a s'more? What's your go-to? If you had to make the ultimate s'more, what are you doing?
I don't think I really have.
How do you make a marshmallow for your s'more?
How do I make a marshmallow?
Yeah, how do you roast it?
I like it. I like to get it on fire for like to finish it off, like the last few seconds. So I usually take it like slow, get the nice golden brown, get it melted, and then a quick flash fire.
Do you like a nice medium rare with a nice sear on it?
Yeah, I gotta get that sear. A little bit of crispiness.
I like my marshmallows well done.
Well
You
done.
put that bitch straight in the coals,
I don't like when people do that.
and then you go, but you have to blow it so that the fire spreads around it. So it starts burning on one side, and you blow it so the fire just kind of works its way around. And then you feel like you're a firebender. And you have a really good marshmallow. Wow, we still have a shit ton of topics. What is your favorite dipping sauce for food?
Probably ranch.
Really?
Yeah, I usually do ranch or ketchup.
I feel like mine is barbecue
I'm not a huge barbecue fan.
and or mayo.
I'm not a huge mayo fan either.
But if you mix the two, and you can put it on anything, chicken, fries, burger, other things.
I'm sure it's okay, but
I like it.
Oh,
I'm a fan. Can you do me a favor? Open up TikTok.
okay. What am I doing once I open up
Search.
TikTok? Okay. Now what am I?
Brown Monster. Like the energy drink. And then show me the screen so I can find a video for you.
Like. Why is there pictures of people shit?
Huh?
Pictures of people.
Exactly!
Shit.
Exactly! I scroll through TikTok and I have all these funny, kind of racist, some of them are
Kinda
homophobic, some of them are sexist. It's all just comedy, so it's okay. And it's like, what's a good example? It'll be like dishwasher, and then you swipe to the next slide, and it's like and then the next slide, and it's like a picture of a woman, and it says dishwasher. And then there's some that I see, and it's Brown Monster, and it's a can of like the coffee Monster, and then you slide over, and then it's a giant, massive shit that some dude is holding. And this is not acceptable. It's TikTok, and I report it. I always report those videos because that's disgusting. I don't want to see someone else's shit. And then TikTok, always, no violations found. How is there no violations found? Some dude is literally holding a giant turd in his hand. Are you still scrolling through those?
I'm just swiping through fat. There's a lot of them.
I know. And it's a problem.
I'd say so. I don't like this.
But if you report them, TikTok doesn't care. They're like, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with this video.
Why?
Because TikTok sucks.
That in their terms of in services, they're allowed to post shit.
Apparently, you can show shit on TikTok. Also, speaking of, we have this. I don't know if it's a new trend or what, but do you scroll through and you see these TikTok lives of people playing games?
I'm asleep.
Like the gameplay, like the game is actually moving. Like people are playing that game, and the person is like fake sleeping on TikTok.
I've seen so many of those.
I hate it.
I don't get it.
I think that they just need to ban TikTok at this point.
I wouldn't even hate it if they did.
No, I mean at least like YouTube Shorts has a little bit more control. They can, they would make sure that shit like that doesn't happen. There's also the fake singing guy on TikTok.
I like that guy.
Do you really?
No, he's a dumbass.
The one that I sent you.
I like him in a ironic way.
Why? Because he says that he's been singing for like 29 years, even though he's like 24.
Yeah.
And then he just lip syncs all of these videos, or like on his lives he just lip syncs, and then says that he can just sing the voice of anyone.
That's a very impressive grift to me.
And then if you send him a fucking Galaxy, which is like $35 or $40, then he'll do your own song request. Fuck you. Get fucked. I hate people.
He had a few hundred people on his live stream too.
It's pathetic. All right. We have a lot more topics to do. And we're at 50 minutes already. So we can either do an extra long one, or I can get into my Call of Duty rant, and then we can move on to the next one. What would you prefer?
Let's do a few more topics. And then do another one.
Alright, I need to get my Call of Duty rant in this one, though, because Call of Duty is the hot topic right now. So we'll make this one a little bit longer. You are kind of obsessed with blue whales as of late.
Am I?
Yes. You've talked to me about them a lot.
Have I?
Yes.
Because I know I put the one topic in.
You
but
put
I
the
can't-
one topic in, and then you also messaged me and said, "How do you feel about blue whales?" I was like, "I don't know," and you're like, "You don't have any opinions about them?" I was like, "No, not really. They kind of just chill in the water," and you're like, "Really?"
I forgot I did that.
Yeah. So it seems like you're kind of into them. I just want to know why. And you also said, how the fuck is the blue whale the largest animal ever? It seems kind of sketch.
You don't think that's kind of sketch?
What about a megalodon?
Blue whale's bigger.
Why are you so obsessed? I don't get it.
Doesn't that just seem weird to you?
That a blue whale is the biggest thing in the world?
Ever. Biggest animal to ever exist.
I mean, I don't really think about it. Something has to be the biggest animal to exist.
Yeah, but like when you think of like, what are they? Brontosaurus, the dinosaurs with the super long necks.
Yeah.
Those like you think, picture that, and then picture a blue whale.
They're probably about the same. The blue whale might be like a couple inches bigger, but
In my mind, if you take science out of it, it seems like the dinosaur should be bigger.
you're also thinking like Jurassic Park dinosaurs, the not real ones.
Well, I've never seen a real dinosaur, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
But from science that I've seen, says that they actually weren't really like what we thought they were, and they were all really just like kind of birdy.
Yeah, but you can see the bones.
But they had feathers, and they didn't really roar.
That we don't know. But I'm just talking.
Science says that we do know that.
I'm talking about the bones.
Right. But how big is a blue whale? How big is a blue whale? 300,000 pounds. How long are?
I just think it's crazy that the largest animal ever is something that's alive now, and not something prehistoric.
It's about the size of 3 school buses.
That's fucking massive. You're not like impressed by that or surprised. That's something that my entire life I've like.
What did you think the biggest animal ever was?
It just seems like it should be something prehistoric, doesn't it?
How do we know that they aren't prehistoric?
Well, prehistoric by something that like is extinct now. Because I'm sure those blue whales have been around for a while.
Blue whales have been around for 4.5 million years.
Yeah,
That's longer than the dinosaurs.
yeah. But
So those are more prehistoric and still around. So fuck the dinosaurs, the blue whale wins.
that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that impressive? You're not impressed that they've stuck around that long?
I mean, they're the biggest thing, though. What's going to kill them?
But they're
Other
not.
than humans. Do we hunt blue whales?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure we have. I mean, that'd be quite the kill.
How do you get it on a boat if it weighs 300,000 pounds?
I don't even know how you would.
Sure, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Okay, now I'm
You
interested
happy?
about people hunting blue whales. Like,
Isn't that Moby Dick? Or was he just a whale?
that was a sperm whale.
I think that whales are just kind of weird in general. What do they do? Do we need them?
I think they just kind of chill.
That's everything in the ocean.
Not sharks.
We could get rid of all ocean life and we wouldn't be affected. We could nuke the ocean. Don't look at me like that. What you tell me then? What do oceans do? What do ocean life do for life, for us? If we got rid of all of the ocean animals, what would happen? We wouldn't be affected.
Salt.
The water is salty.
Yeah, if you got rid of the ocean, the world wouldn't have salt.
No. You keep the ocean. You get rid of all of the life in the ocean, all the animals in the ocean. What happens? Nothing.
You get rid of like half the food for people.
In Asia,
Anywhere. They don't eat fish here.
they don't eat half the world. Or half the amount of fish in the ocean. Ocean life doesn't do anything. Did you find what you were looking for?
I found some cool pictures of people hunting the whales.
How do they get them on the boat? Or do they just kind of like drag them along?
Well, they got the harpoons.
Yeah, but that's got to be a massive ship to hold that much weight.
It is. They still hunt, or yeah, there's countries that still hunt the whales. See, or they do it like that.
Right, but how do they get it to the land? They did not have a crane be built out to the middle of the ocean just to pull that fucker in. Do you want to play some Ground War later? They give them a slide that goes up.
Yeah.
That's cool. They
Well,
have that at the Dells.
It's not really a slide.
They have those at the Dells, though.
They're going up.
It's like an
not
escalator for the
down.
tubes, so that you don't have to
Oh,
carry the tube up the
yeah.
stairs.
That was a very smart invention.
Yeah, for the tubes or for the whale?
For the tubes.
Okay. I was gonna say the whale, I mean, I feel like that was almost a second thought. Like, they're like, oh, we could use this for the whales.
Do you think your dad wants these?
He'd probably use them, yeah. Give it to him for Christmas.
Yeah, I know you buy those lab ones a lot. So.
Do they still make super shitty low-budget parody movies, Isaac?
I don't know. I feel like they don't.
Do they?
Parody movies?
Yeah, you know, like, Bollywood? With, like the Indians?
I saw one on Twitter. The Starving Games.
Oh, instead of the Hunger Games?
Instead of the Hunger Games, it's the Starving Games.
Were those ever really, like, a thing? You could probably find some at, like, the dollar store still.
But, like, is anyone making those still?
I'm sure people are, but also with the invention of the internet and YouTube, I feel like most of them are just fan projects that go online.
I don't think you ever did it, but did you ever look up Full Moon Studios?
No.
Bastard.
I don't recall ever being told to.
I did. I
When?
told you to look up Full
When?
Moon Studios.
Give me the exact time, date.
I don't remember.
Yeah, 'cause you
exactly
didn't.
But I know I did.
Are you making a coffee?
Because I told you about... No, I can't find it.
Okay, but that name alone, Full Moon Studios, is already a parody. I think that all of the parody videos that we have now come in the form of Darman YouTube videos.
That's probably true. It's like Full Moon Features, I meant to say. They were the ones who have the movie Bad CGI Gator.
Ooh. Let me look them up. What's it called? Full Moon Production?
Full Moon Features. I mean, their movies are like, they have some that are like an hour and a half long. Killjoy's Psycho Circus full movie on YouTube.
Isn't this like a legitimate studio company though? I've seen that before.
I don't know, but they're making shitty movies,
Evil Bong.
and they have like a full universe.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to watch some of these. Puppet Master X Axis Rising. It's a Nazi movie. I'll definitely check some of these out.
Like, I don't know what these guys' deal are, because they make like looks like shit, but then some of their videos, like they have John Carpenter on here. They're like an interview with John Carpenter, which like that's
I don't know who that is.
I think he made a bunch of old horror movies. I know he's famous, but he's kind of old. Then they have like some legitimate interviews and stuff on here.
Oh, he made like Halloween.
Yeah, like he's
And Christine, that was a good
horror
one.
movie guy. Like, why is he next to the trailer for Bad CGI Gator?
Maybe it's just like a fun little like silly side project for him, you know?
I don't know, but I really like Full Moon Features.
What if that's what he does? What if he's like part of them to see if this idea works, and then it does, and then he makes the original,
Without his name attached to it.
right? And then if it works, he's like, all right, now I'm going to turn this into Mike Myers, like Halloween.
It's just him like
Think about it, though.
workshopping ideas on YouTube.
That kind of
That is a super smart idea.
right, and like the people who are watching the low budget movies are going to be like pretty critical about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just some random channel on YouTube. That'd be a really good way to workshop your movies.
So really, Halloween is a parody of Gingerbread Man or whatever. Can we get into my Call of Duty rant, and then we can wrap this one up and do another one?
Well, yeah.
Well, what?
I think we should make it a separate thing.
Do you want to do, if we can wrap this one up, and then we can do that, and then we can record another one next?
Another one?
Because next week is Thanksgiving, which holidays are the weekend of the year.
That is true.
Does that make sense to you? Holidays are the weekend of the
Wait.
year?
All holidays are like the holidays.
Holidays. Like, all holidays.
Like starting with like Thanksgiving.
No, all holidays are the weekend
'Cause
of the year.
That's what I thought you
think,
meant at
like,
first.
Starting Thanksgiving
Yeah, like
on for the rest of the year, like you're basically on like your
the last
Saturday,
month of the
Sunday.
year is like.
Like,
I mean, you
it's
could-
like
Year's holiday.
Sunday.
You could interpret that.
I agree with
I
both
think-
interpretations.
That Thanksgiving is like your Friday and
Yeah.
Saturday, and then Christmas is like your Sunday.
What about New Year's?
New Year's.
That's Monday.
That's
That starts
Yeah.
off the whole new weekend of the year.
I feel like New Year's could kind of be like the Monday, but it's a 4-day weekend or 3-day weekend.
Is that the smartest thing that I've ever said? Holidays are the weekend of the year?
It's not very original, but yes.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna give you credit.
thought I was
I'm not
creative.
gonna give you credit for the original thought.
I thought it was
Unoriginal.
great. You never heard that before, dumbass.
Well, Isaac said you're unoriginal. So.
And he's a redhead. Alright, so you don't want to hear my Call of Duty rant
No,
right
I
now.
do because I disagree with you. Well, I don't disagree with you. All I
right.
said was it was fun.
We're going to get into some Call of Duty talk, so if you don't want to listen to it, get the fuck out of here. And then I will also start... Oh, I'm already recording. Alright, I'm going to timestamp it now. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2023 is an abomination of the game.
It's better than MW2.
I don't want to hear your bullshit. We're going to start at the beginning. $70 starting for a 3.5 hour campaign. We're going to start with campaign. Let's break it down. How did you feel about it? How do you feel about the overall story? There might be some spoilers in here. If you don't want to hear them, get out of here. I don't care.
Have you seen Dune?
No. They have a pack, though.
They do have a Call of Duty pack. It's a good movie,
Okay.
but the majority of it, because it's supposed to be like a four movies in the series.
Okay.
The first movie is good, but it's a little slow and boring because a lot of it is just setting up stuff. I kind of feel the same way about Modern Warfare 3.
But Modern Warfare 3 is continuing off of MW19
But
and MW2.
MW2 got fucked up because they got forced off of the Russian direction, and they got make the cartel the villain.
But that because the cartel was working with the Russians. It was almost like a side story in the main story because that also brought in new characters.
But that wasn't supposed to happen.
I understand that, but it did, and now it's part of the lore.
But that decision fucked up the MW3 story.
Uh-huh.
So it's partly responsible for the reason MW3's campaign
That's like
isn't
reading
good.
a book series. That's like reading The Hunger Games, but there's a one-off book about how the dad opened up a pizzeria and failed miserably. It's still part of the story, even though it's the redheaded stepchild, which you know what that's like. It's still part of the story, and it's still fucked up that they decided to make that, and it's also fucked up that they decided to include that in the
But
overall series.
That is the reason why I save more of my hatred for the publisher instead of the developer. Because if, let's say you made MW1, I made MW2, you made MW3.
Mhm.
MW2's campaign was supposed to be more of setting Makarov up.
Right.
Because MW1, they said his name.
I think they said it in like the very closing scene.
They said Makarov's name, but I don't think you saw him.
Right.
Then MW2, he's not in it at all.
Honestly, the only thing I remember from the MW campaign is when you're that girl and you take some scissors and you stab the Juggernaut in the throat. That's the only thing that stands out to me.
Barkov, Zakhaev,
Zakhaev. Because he was an OG MW bad guy. That's the guy. I don't know if you ever played Call of Duty 4, like the original Modern Warfare. That's the guy in All Gillied Up when you shoot and you fuck up and you blow his arm off.
Yeah, the one-handed guy.
Yeah, the one-armed guy.
One-armed guy.
And that pisses me off too. Let's go back in time a little bit.
Okay.
You shot this fucker with a 50 cal, and all you did was take his arm off. Did you just turn that on?
I didn't even notice that you guys had a Christmas tree up.
Daniel put it up. That's not what we're talking about. You can call me on the next podcast episode for that. All right, so back to this.
But, like, Activision fucked up the story.
But it's not Activision. It's the developers.
Sledgehammer.
Infinity Ward,
Activision told Infinity Ward that they couldn't have Makarov in it, though, in MW2.
Right.
They said, you guys, the Russians cannot be the main bad guys.
Yes, because of the war with Ukraine.
Because of real-world political stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
I
right,
get
yeah.
that. I understand that.
But I feel like if they wouldn't have done that with MW2, if MW2 wouldn't have just all of it been in Mexico.
But this story could have been the MW2 story that it should have been and could have been.
But Activision told them they couldn't continue the MW2 story.
Like the cartel story?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. But this MW3 could have been what MW2's original campaign was supposed to be with the Russians, but instead they decided to just make it a shit show.
Because Sledgehammer was working.
I understand what happened.
Do you though?
Yes.
Why are you blaming Sledgehammer so much then?
Because it's horseshit. The overall story. First of all, you're paying $70.
If you're but the developers were working on a story that continued the cartel, that would have set up Makarov in a much better way and had more continuancy. Well, first they were working on Advanced Warfare 2.
Yes. That's
was their
upsetting.
idea.
That's really upsetting.
They got told no. Then they were working on a continuation of it,
Right.
of the MW2 story.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got told no, and they got told what to make.
I know. I understand that.
Then why are you hating on them so much?
I'm not hating on them. I'm hating on the story itself. It was dog shit. It starts so abruptly.
That's Activision, though.
When did Makarov get arrested?
You don't get to see that because they fucked up the
Right.
MW2 story,
But-
so they have to go back.
But that's exactly
in
what I'm
time
saying.
And give you the story. Yes, that's why. That's what sucks about it.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But you've been bashing Sledgehammer.
I've been bashing Sledgehammer for the multiplayer.
You were talking a lot of shit about them in the campaign, though.
The campaign was bullshit because it starts abruptly. You could have given us a fucking 2.5-minute cutscene showing us how he got arrested. And what happened.
They did. He got arrested for attacking the stadium.
Oh yeah, that's right, because that was later on.
Yeah. But it is bullshit because they tell you, like, him attacking the stadium takes place before MW2.
Right.
But you don't see that until now.
Right. And I think that opening mission was a good mission.
What was the... Oh, the...
Like, actually going into the prison, killing all the guards, letting all of the prisoners
but
out.
you should have thrown Makarov in jail in MW2.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
But then, as these stories progress, it gets more and more open world.
I
Which,
also
fine,
don't-
but there's no story to open world. It's, hey, go hit these 3 sites, and then you're done. There is no story there. At that point, I much rather would just have a fucking Call of Duty movie, because any of the content for the lore of the story is just the cinematics in between maps or missions.
You didn't get any of the, like, journals or the notes?
I grabbed a few.
Wouldn't that be lore, though?
I don't know, is it? With how the game is
I found
put together?
I found quite a bit of, I don't know what you would call them, journals or notes,
Makarov's diary?
whatever the fuck they are. But like, I didn't really read them because I didn't care about them.
Right.
But what was his name? The dude who you're going in the apartment building to catch, Makarov's like.
Oh,
Right-hand man.
Osama bin Laden,
Whatever
Call of
his
Duty
name is.
version. Al-Assad.
No, the white dude, the Russian dude,
Nikolai.
whatever. No,
Right?
Nikolai's on your team. He's the pilot. He's the Russian
Oh, yeah.
gangster pilot.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, blonde dude.
I can't figure out what is his name.
I don't remember. I want to say it does start with an N though,
Yeah.
but it's not Nikolai. But I forgot where I was going now.
You were in the apartment. You had to go get him from like the apartment.
Yeah, but I had a point.
I was complaining about open world and how there's no story to it.
There's a lot of like stuff about him and like where he grew up and how he met Makarov and how he rose to
Yeah.
power. I didn't read it though because I don't care. But I mean that was in it if you wanted it.
Right, but it's just the open world aspect of it is what bothered me. I want Call of Duty to be.
It's also what I exactly told you it was going to be, where they're hyping it up as this big deal, when what it should have been was just in all levels, they sprinkle a few of the chests and shit for you to find,
Yes.
instead of hyping it up as this big deal when it's really like a super small feature, which is exactly what I told you it was going to be when they announced it.
Did I ever say that it wasn't going to be like that?
I said
Because I'm pretty sure that I agreed with you.
I don't know, I just remember complaining about them hyping it up and saying that it's probably going to be like a super minor thing that they should have put in the game, like, without hyping it up.
My thing is that it's basically DMZ, but only in like certain fortresses for the story.
They should have just sprinkled a few of those chests throughout every single level.
Right, and it should have been linear. Yeah, sure, you can go down path A, B, or C. It's all going to lead you to the same place. You might find different things. The enemies might be a little bit harder or easier. There might be more or less of them. But to just have it DMZ in a restricted, like a small restricted zone is not a campaign.
All it is just guns.
Right.
Just different levels of guns you can find.
But that's not a campaign. I want a full-fledged story. And why are all of these modern Call of Duties going into, like, the cinematic...
I don't mind that part of it.
I do. I want it to be interactive because movies bore me. I don't pay attention.
But the only reason I hate them now is because I think the writing in them is bad.
Yeah, and...
If the story was better and the writing was better, I wouldn't have an issue with the number of cinematics they have in them.
And, like, not the final, but, like, the second to last mission, when you find Makarov, I'm spoiling it, I don't give a fuck. When he kills Soap,
R.I.P.
fine, it sucks that Soap is dead now. But whatever. It's a war game. But then for Makarov to just get away after that is ridiculous. And then I understand, like, why Price kills Shepard, but why couldn't that be the closing mission? You're Price and you're sneaking into this building and you have to go kill him, and then it just
That
ends.
would have been a cool mission. Like, you think it's going to end,
Right.
then the camera opens up and it's Price in D.C.
Exactly. But instead it's just him coming out of the shadow, them giving a couple of bullshit words to each other, and then him shooting him dead and that's how it ends.
Yeah?
It's bullshit. It sucks. It's stupid.
It's Activision.
Give it 2025 at the very earliest, maybe 2026. Once Microsoft gets their hands into the, like, full development cycle, it will be a lot better.
I hope so.
It will. I have faith. Yeah, sure, they dropped the ball with Fallout. That was a shit game anyway. The only reason people are complaining about Halo is because it's not original Halo that they're used to. And you know what Microsoft is doing? They're fixing it. Because they care about their fucking player base.
Yeah, but it still sucked when it dropped.
Yeah, but they're at least doing things to make it better. Has Activision ever done anything to make their games better and listen to the community? Other than bringing red dots back on the minimap after years of complaining about it? We're still complaining about skill-based matchmaking. And what do they do? Make it more intense.
That they can't get rid of.
They could. They don't need to get rid of it. But they need to make it a little bit more lenient.
That algorithm is too baked into their system.
The algorithm is too strong, though. They have people who, alright, only people with this certain KD can play. And only people with this certain KD can play together. You know, and they group you in such small, tight groups. I don't necessarily want to go in there and just mindlessly kill people. But I would also like there to be a little bit more of a challenge and a little bit less of a challenge. Instead of just, they're punishing you for playing the game and being good at the game. How many lobbies do you go into that you're not right around a 1 KD?
I don't know, because I change what guns I'm using, and I'll just use, like, melee only. Just because I feel like it. So it's kind of, that's why it's hard to tell for me if it's, because I'm not using the same gun, like, 10 matches in a row. That's why it's hard for me to tell if it's, like, is it the SBM? Is it because I'm using a shit gun? Is it because I'm only trying to knife people?
I can tell you that it's the SBMM.
I'll take your word for it.
When you get in games with Nick Merckx, that's a problem. Or I had one lobby where every single person that I was playing against, except for like 2 or 3 guys, had the top 250 ranked play calling card. I don't want to fucking play ranked.
You're too good, I guess.
But why are they punishing me for being good? They shouldn't be. Ranked should come the first week of Call of Duty.
But what game doesn't have that?
Fortnite.
Fortnite does.
They have what?
Theirs is because technically it's not skill-based matchmaking. It's experience-based matchmaking. You don't know about that?
No, every game that I get into, I stomp. So I must be a Fortnite god then.
Well, also, how much Fortnite do you play?
All the time.
I used to play it a decent amount.
Because it's the same as like the apps on your phone, where they almost predetermine the outcomes of the games beforehand. You didn't see that thread on Twitter?
No.
Just like Instagram is wired to keep you on it
Yes.
as much as it is, Call of Duty has that same algorithm where they'll take your, like if you have a really good ping, they'll put you on a team with purposely players with worse pings.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and equals that. So it's not even skill-based matchmaking.
Well, it's skill-based on top of that. Because why am I getting hit markers with guns that should be killing people after 6 or 7 hit markers in hardcore, and then they can turn around and one-shot me?
Because that's the algorithm.
Because it's fucked up, though.
Because that's what they've paid millions of dollars for.
And it's going to ruin the game. When you see pros and people in the Call of Duty community complaining about this, it's a problem. It's not like it's just a one-off, I'm mad because I'm dying.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I was telling you earlier, where it's the corporations. It's Activision.
They need to get rid of it.
They're not
And
going
the
to.
multiplayer is absolute dog shit. The movement feels good, it feels fluid, but you feel very heavy.
You can take that over MW2?
Yes. MW2 was light
I
and
have not
fast.
seen anyone say that.
MW2 was light and fast.
Go play some Warzone and tell me you want that for the rest of the Call of Duty.
I've played enough MW2 that I think that I do. And maybe I still need to adjust to it.
I feel like once Warzone comes, or the MW3 movement goes into Warzone, I feel like you'll notice a difference.
I don't know. But...
So that's one of the things I like most about it.
And the colors.
See, maybe you need to tweak your settings, because my game looks the same as MW2. Or like very similar.
Before you leave, I'm going to boot it up and I'm going to go into like a private game and just look at it. I don't know if I'm just like tweaking or if I need to adjust some settings. It's damn near impossible to see people across the map. The head glitches are fucking stupid. I don't know. In the armory, let's get into that. So you have to do certain challenges to unlock certain things. So like the Semtex grenade. I know that's my prime example because I use that. You have to complete so many challenges, or get 5 Semtex kills to unlock it? Something like that?
No, it's just dailies.
Well, it was 5 Semtex kills or 5 dailies. That for mine it said 5 Semtex kills.
I didn't. I also unlocked the Semtex like in zombies right away.
No.
So I don't know.
But yeah, it said, or like with the flashbang, I had to flash 3 people to unlock the flash.
Like it actually gave you that option? Or that was one of the dailies that you just
No, that
had?
was like to unlock it in the armory.
I don't
So you have
remember
to use a
seeing that.
default class with a flash to unlock it. But why can't they give you the option to either unlock the Semtex at level 45, or you can do the challenge to unlock it at level 2?
Why would you want to unlock it at level 45?
Because I'm not a big fan of all of these challenges. I just want to go in there and level up and kill people and let me just naturally progress through. Or like the guns. Every single gun should be unlocked at a certain level, not by a challenge. Because that's how Call of Duty has always been.
I don't mind. It's 3 daily challenges.
I understand it's not that big of a deal, and you can unlock more things quicker that way. I am an old school Call of Duty player. To unlock the AK-47, you had to hit level 70 in MW2.
So you don't like how you can exfil with things in zombies?
No, I think it's cool, and I like that they have that.
I thought you just said you wanted the AK unlocked at level 47 though,
70
or
first of
whatever,
all.
whatever.
No. I understand that. There should be multiple ways to unlock things through DMZ, through the armory, or just by hitting a certain level.
So you're upset that the worst option of the 3 isn't in it?
Yes, because that's the one that I would do, is the worst option. Because, again, I'm just going in there to level up.
Oh, they're making you pick the better option! Oh no!
Yeah, it's a problem. Because now, why would I be incentivized to play the game to work towards that if I can just go kill 5 people and extract with it in zombies?
Because there's...
But now I have it unlocked. Now I have zero reason to keep playing. Or to keep grinding. I have the one thing that I want unlocked, so now I'm set for the rest of the game.
Don't you want to use more than one thing?
Do you understand that when I made that cast-off class in like Season 3, that's all that I used for the rest of MW2's life?
Why?
Because it was a good gun, it was a good setup, I knew how it worked, I knew exactly what to expect from it, and it got the job done.
That's boring to me. The cast-off wasn't even the best gun in MW2.
It was a meta for like 2 seasons.
Like a season. Like a season and then it dropped off.
It was still a good gun.
It was good, but like the Geist was a lot better. The Advancer was better for a little bit when it first came out.
I don't remember either of those. Probably because I never used them.
The cast-off. I mean, it's not bad.
But once I get set in, this is what I use. This is what I use.
Nah, I'm always changing what I use.
I can't. I have like a challenges class, and that's the one class that I change. Or like if a new ISO Hemlock meta comes out for MW3, I will try it, and if it's better than my original setup, I will ditch the original setup, but I will still only be using the ISO. Or
now, see, I want to go through. I want to get every single one of my guns leveled up.
yeah, but you also do all the camo grinds. I don't.
I don't really set out to do them. I more care about just leveling the gun up. I just want to get the gun leveled up and use it a little bit.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. The only thing that's really pulling me in right now is zombies. Which also happens to be the thing that's getting the most amount of flack. Other than the campaign.
I like zombies.
Because it's not traditional zombies, which I understand. But it hasn't been traditional zombies since... what, World War II? Remember how it was round-based? You were stuck in this house, and you could pay $700 to go upstairs, and then you had to put wood on the windows and stop the zombies from coming in, and every wave there was like a 30-second cooldown for you to get new guns and ammo and all that.
Vanguard and Cold War both had that.
Did they?
I mean,
But not where it was giant. It didn't have all of these stories and Easter eggs and everything. Like, the only Easter egg in the zombies that I used to play was for the ray gun. And the Wonder Waffle.
The Wonder Waffle. I mean, Cold War had round-based, like, buying doors with money. But the maps were pretty big.
Yeah, not my zombies. But, like I said, I do really like this new zombies. And I would be okay if this was the new direction for zombies, but it won't be. You heard why they did DMZ zombies, right? Like the way that it is now?
Yeah.
Because Treyarch.
I mean, you don't think they're going to continue with it? Because this is kind of the third attempt at it, and I feel like it's the most, like, polished product.
No. Because the only reason that they came out with this is because Treyarch basically owns round-based zombies in Call of Duty. So they told Sledgehammer, they're like, yeah, we'll help you make zombies, but it cannot be round-based.
I don't feel like that's true. Well, that part's true, but Cold War had both.
That was Treyarch.
Exactly. They had Outbreak, which was basically the same as Modern Warfare zombies.
You just said that they had round-based zombies.
And they had a DMZ zombies and round-based zombies.
Right, but they had round-based zombies.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
I know, but you said that you don't think they're going to continue the DMZ zombies.
I don't think that they will as, like, the main zombies experience. They might have it as an option in future games.
I mean, Cold War was, I feel like both Outbreak, which was the DMZ mode, and round-based zombies, they both were getting, like, new maps throughout the game.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to keep up with it. But I think that, like, the main focus for, like, any Treyarch game is going to be round-based before Outbreak or DMZ zombies or...
I don't think so. I think they're going to be split.
You're very optimistic.
I feel like that people are too hooked on, like, the exfil part of zombies.
Are they hooked on it because it's good or because you can farm it for XP? Which there is an XP farm that we have to try later. With the monkey.
I think I know that one.
Where you throw it in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people are... Because you could exfil with an Outbreak. It wasn't the same as the current exfil. Like, there was a way to end the round base instead of just dying.
Okay.
So I think that the DMZ open world zombies on a Warzone map.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies on whatever the new Warzone map is, I think that's gonna stay.
I hope so.
'Cause, I mean, that's in MW2. That's what DMZ kind of was, like a not Warzone, but on the Warzone map. They kind of did that with Zombies 2 on Warzone, on the Warzone map. So I hope they just continue that.
I hope so, and I would prefer this over like round-based zombies or like the most recent zombies that I've played before this was Black Ops 4.
I did not like that Zombies.
Right, and that's kind of what I'm going off of because again, that's the last zombies that I've played, and that was terrible because there's too many Easter eggs and there's too much story, and it's like
I had no idea what the fuck was happening when I was playing that.
Same, and my thing is that there doesn't always need to be a story. Like the original zombies,
I think there should be a very loose story, like zombies or Nazis made zombies.
Mm-hmm. Right, and
killed the zombies.
That's basically the exact story for the original World at War zombies.
Right,
you're stuck in I forget like a jail or something, and yeah, there's just zombies coming at you in waves, and you were only stuck in that building, and once you died, game over.
Then there was like gods and aether shit.
We don't need a story for everything. Just give me something where I can mindlessly kill zombies. That's all it has to be. And I think that's why I like this. Because if that's all that you want to do, fine. Or if you want to go do missions, you can. And the missions are actually kind of fun.
They're not that bad so far. I don't know what they're going to look... Because, I mean, for the DMZ ones, some of the, like, last tier missions, those got to be a bitch.
But this is actually something where, like, in DMZ, I didn't care about doing any of the missions. But in Modern Warfare Zombies, I actually kind of care because they are...
Also, I really like how they automatically queue up.
Yeah.
That was a pain in the ass in DMZ, where you could only do 3, and then if you forgot to switch them, you were fucked. Just couldn't work on them.
Yeah, I like this new direction of zombies. I think that's it. I'm done. Are you done?
Nothing else to throw in there?
I don't think so. Other than multiplayer sucks and it needs to be polished. 150 HP for core is ridiculous. The time to kill is way too high.
You're the only one I've seen say that too. Or a person I've talked to that has said that. I like core more than I've liked any other Modern War or Call of Duty core.
I mean, once we get some gun buffs and nerfs and everything, it might balance out.
I also feel like, I don't know if you have, but you should hop in there with like a fully leveled out whatever the meta.
I have a couple of
is-
meta classes, but the issue is that I need to unlock them through the armory, and I need to level the gun up, and I need to do armory challenges to unlock the attachments. So I'm working on it.
That's just zombies, though. Because zombies, the bonus challenge, like multiplayer, it's just wins.
Yeah.
But for zombies, it's just contracts.
Yeah, that's why we need to just grind contracts later.
I'm down. I'm down.
I also kind of wish that in zombies, it was almost like PUBG, where you could pick up attachments. You could get a base level gun, but then you could just like find an optic and put it on your gun, or you could exfil with it, and it would just unlock it.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Just because then you can kind of build like the perfect gun.
Do you have, before we end it, do you have anything that you want to say you like about the game? Anything else?
Zombies.
I like the perks. I fucking hated the MW2 perks.
I preferred it.
How?
Because you were guaranteed your 3 perks, and like I understand like overkill was a perk and fast hands was a perk, and now with a vest, yes, you can use overkill and fast hands without replacing either or, but now you lose your grenade or your field upgrade. I use those. I would much rather sacrifice one and have the other 3 options.
Shouldn't you be forced to like make difficult choices like that though? That's how it was in Black Ops 2.
I don't think it was.
Black Ops 2 you had to leave empty slots.
Yeah, because that was just a generic like pick 15.
Yeah. So I would have classes made where I only pick or could pick 2 perks.
Yeah, but that's when you don't have a pistol. Now that clears up your pistol slot and 3 pistol attachments. And then you have a full class with everything except the secondary.
This is the 3rd thing I've found where you are the only person
I know.
who likes, you want to get your perks halfway through the match. They even brought over all of the perks. The only perks that got left behind was the health regen one. You get it.
Oh, that one I didn't care about because I played
Yeah.
hardcore.
That one doesn't even affect you.
I don't know. I liked the perk system in MW2 though, where yes, you had to wait for it, but once you got it, you had it.
That's lazy though. That's too easy. You can just pick whichever perk you want.
Yeah.
The perk should be balanced, and you should have to give to get some.
I disagree, but I have hot takes.
You have wrong takes.
You can say that all you want to.
I'm not gonna listen to a guy who thinks his teeth grow back. How about that?
That's all that you have against me.
That's all I need. I don't need anything more.
I've been playing Call of Duty since before you were born.
Yeah, but then
How old are you? What was the first Call of Duty that you ever played?
I didn't play very many. I only played Black Ops 2 because I got my cousin's old copy or something like that.
My first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 2.
Congratulations.
The second Call
You
of Duty.
still have wrong takes.
No, I have old man takes.
You have boomer takes.
Uh-huh.
Wrong.
I'm sorry that I'm not hip with the kids.
Old man. Go die in a nursing home.
I want to. Alright, that's it. Discord, TikTok. Link in bio. Bye. You're gonna say bye?
I don't feel like it today.
Okay, bye.